Hey there, tech enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a smartphone that's been catching some attention in the mobile world. It's the iQOO Z9 Turbo, a device that's aiming to shake things up in the mid-range market. So let's unpack what this phone has to offer and see if it lives up to the hype. Before we jump in, here's an interesting tidbit. This phone will be known as the iQOO 12 Lite in global markets when it launches in Q3 2024. For those of you wondering about the brand, iQOO stands for iQuest on and on, a nod to the company's focus on continuous innovation. Let's start with the design and build. The iQOO Z9 Turbo measures 163.7 by 76 by 8 mm and weighs 194.9 grams. It's a substantial device, but not overly heavy. While we don't have specifics on the materials ones used, at this price point we're likely looking at a mix of plastic and glass. It would be great to get our hands on one to feel the build quality for ourselves. Now let's talk about one of the standout features, the display. We're looking at a 6.78-inch AMOLED screen with a 144Hz refresh rate. That high refresh rate should make scrolling and animations feel super smooth. But what really catches the eye is the peak brightness of 4500 nits. That's incredibly bright for any phone, let alone one in this price range. It should make outdoor visibility excellent, even on sunny days. The resolution comes in at 1260 by 2800 pixels, which translates to about 453 pixels per inch. That's sharp enough that you shouldn't be able to distinguish individual pixels during normal use. The screen also offers an always-on display feature, which can be handy for checking the time or notifications at a glance. Under the hood, we find the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 chipset. It's an octa-core CPU featuring a 3.0 GHz Cortex-X4, 4 2.8 GHz Cortex, a 720, and 3 2.0 GHz Cortex of 520 cores. This should provide solid performance for most tasks, including gaming. The Adreno 735 GPU should handle graphics well, though it might struggle with the most demanding games at highest settings. In terms of memory and storage, you have options. The phone comes with either 256 GB or 512 GB of UFS 4.0 storage, paired with 12 GB or 16 GB of RAM. That's a good amount of space and memory for multitasking and app storage. The UFS 4.0 storage should also provide fast read and write speeds, which is great for app loading times and file transfers. Let's move on to the camera setup. On the back, there's a 50MP main camera with an f1.8 aperture and optical image stabilization. This should be capable of capturing some nice shots, especially in good lighting. It's accompanied by an 8MP ultra-wide camera, which will be useful for those landscape shots, or when you want to fit more into the frame. For selfies, you get a 16MP front-facing camera with an f2.5 aperture. While not the most advanced camera system out there, it should handle most photography needs well. The main camera can shoot 4K video at 30 or 60 FPS, which is a nice feature to have. It also supports features like panorama and HDR, which can help in tricky lighting situations. One of the most impressive features of this phone is the battery. The iQOO Z9 Turbo comes with a large 6000 mAh battery, which should provide excellent battery life. Depending on your usage, this could easily be a 2-day phone for many users. When it comes time to charge, the 80W wired charging will get you back up and running quickly. There's also 5W reverse wired charging, which can be handy if you need to top up your wireless earbuds or help out a friend with a dead battery. On the software side, the phone runs Android 14 with OriginOS 4 on top. It'll be interesting to see how this skin performs and what additional features it brings to the table. The phone also includes an in-display fingerprint sensor for secure unlocking and stereo speakers for improved audio quality. Connectivity-wise, we're looking at Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.4 with support for various audio codecs, including aptX HD and aptX Adaptive, and NFC for contactless payments. There's also an infrared port, which can be handy for controlling your TV or other home appliances. Now let's talk about the price. The iQOO Z9 Turbo is expected to retail for around 24,000 INR. Considering the specifications we've discussed, this seems like a competitive price point in the mid-range market. It's offering some features you'd typically see in more expensive phones, which could make it an attractive option for budget-conscious buyers who don't want to compromise too much on performance. To sum up, the iQOO Z9 Turbo, or iQOO 12 Lite globally, offers an interesting mix of features at a reasonable price. It's not revolutionizing the smartphone market, but it does present a compelling option for those looking for good performance, an excellent display, and long battery life without breaking the bank. The standout features are definitely the bright AMOLED display, the large battery with fast charging, and the capable processor. However, as with any phone, there will be trade-offs. The camera system, while decent, isn't going to compete with flagship devices, and the software experience with OriginOS is a bit of an unknown factor for many users. What do you think about the iQOO Z9 Turbo? Does it seem like a phone you'd consider, or are there other devices in this price range that catch your eye? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this overview helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth tech content. We'll be keeping an eye on this phone and hopefully can bring you a hands-on review when it launches globally. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.